Just like this seems like a page to publicize some type of, I don't know, not a hooker, but an escort.
Really?
Yeah. Oh wait, my mom's calling me.
Oh.
One sec.
Mm.
So,
Okay, 1 second. So we're streaming. Mm. Wait, librarian behaviorist? Librarian behaviorist. Do you talk? What else do we need?
No, dude, he just said he was going to talk to his mother.
Wait, who are you? Are you alphabets?
Yeah, I mean, you
Oh,
seem incredibly literate.
oh. No, I'm always terrible with Discord. Um, so alphabets, do you want to talk?
What do you know about? What are you interested in?
My favorite topic is the event horizon of a black hole. Oh, no, no, no. You know what? Do you know anything about black holes?
I'm back.
Very little bit.
So, do you know? Did you hear that as someone falls into a black hole, you see them slowing down? Did you ever hear?
What?
Yeah, I mean, I guess as they approach the point where gravity prevents light from leaving, I guess you'd get less light or slower light.
Are you familiar with the current theories that people talk about regarding black holes?
Yeah. Not within the past few decades, like maybe like Hawking radiation, where like energy evaporates from black holes through some process, therefore
Yeah,
it's not created or destroyed.
yeah, I have nothing to say about that. I just started thinking about that, so I'm sure I'll disprove it. My intuition is that he's wrong. Something is wrong about that, but I'll come back to it. Um. Anyway, librarian, do you want to talk about something?
Not particularly. No, I just came back.
Oh, does it?
You were talking about black hole.
Yeah, we could talk about black holes, or the Gaza conflict. What's your preference? Because I don't think you know enough about black holes. You wouldn't appreciate what I have to say. But
Uh,
what?
wow, that's a hard supposition to make of someone.
Wait,
That hurts a little.
wait. What? Did you don't know enough about black holes? I mean,
No, that I wouldn't be interested in listening.
I know what I have to. I like this disproving the current zeitgeist among astrophysicists because I feel that they're wrong about black holes through and through. Like everything they say about black holes is wrong. Not everything,
Okay.
but a lot of it is wrong. But if you don't know what they say, you wouldn't appreciate what I say. So it's like it w- it would be difficult to have a conversation because I would have to just teach you, and then say, yeah, they're wrong. Let me teach you why they're wrong. It's going to be very boring, I think, for you.
Mm,
Um,
okay. Well,
that's my intuition.
I appreciate I appreciate the solidarity then. What's your overall take on uh Israel and Gaza conflict? Well, you can divide it by two in the sense of who's at fault. Well, not that it's a singular side's fault, but you know what I mean. And then after that, what would be the ideal solution in your eyes?
So, just like with black holes, if I tell you that all the astrophysicists are wrong about most of what they know about black holes, the same goes
Hmm.
for basically everything, including what you just said, the conflict.
Right, but trust me, I would find it much more exciting to listen to you about the conflict than the black holes. The
Oh,
black holes would make me a little lost in the
okay.
convo.
Okay. So, similarly, I believe that there is no conflict.
Interesting.
Yes. There was
Okay.
never a conflict to begin with. Everything is fine.
So it's just another Tuesday, and everybody's like making a big deal out of it for no reason.
Well, once everyone is making a big deal, now we have a problem. See, there was no problem, but then there was everyone everyone behaved as if there is a problem, and that is the problem. And that's actually a very big problem. And that's a problem that has no solution. Because if everyone pretends there is a problem, you can't solve the problem that is being pretended by everyone. And that's why it persists and it never goes away because it doesn't exist. It's imaginary. But as long as everyone wants to imagine something, you can't stop them if that's what they want.
Okay.
The question is, what is driving everyone to believe in this fiction? If everyone, literally everyone, including all the Israelis, all the Arabs, everyone believes there is a problem, at least everyone says. It's like, it's like God. It's like everyone says they believe in God, but that's not possible. No one can believe in God. Here, let's do that.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, it's impossible to believe in God because God, the usual definition of God is the creator of everything. But but we cannot imagine the beginning of everything.
Do you need to imagine?
No, we can imagine the beginning. We can't imagine what happened before the beginning.
Right. I mean, it's impossible to imagine a beginning to everything. We will never be able to imagine. It's not like we don't know something. We need to figure it out. No, this will never be resolved. We will never be able to imagine how the universe began, how everything began, ever, ever, ever. The most advanced aliens, if they ever come to visit us, and we ask them, so how did everything begin? They will, with mathematical certainty, they will never be able to answer this question. No one.
I agree with all that. I just don't know how that makes it impossible to have a belief in the existence of a creator of everything, as you posed it. But
if you
sure.
cannot understand something, it's akin to me saying, I believe 1 + 1 is 3. Do you believe that when I say that I believe that 1 + 1 is 3, do you believe that I really believe it? Or do you believe that I'm actually lying?
I believe you're lying because we can pretty easily prove that 1 + 1 is 2.
Very good. So with mathematical certainty, when I say 1 + 1 is 3, you know I'm lying. And with
Correct.
mathematical certainty, when someone says,
Well, not necessarily lying, but I know you're wrong. Yes.
right, by the definition, let's assume, right, because for lying you need actually, I think, malice.
No, yeah, a lie implies you know that what you're saying is not true. You could just be misinformed, and it wouldn't be a lie.
Right. So with mathematical certainty, I would say if someone says to me, if a normal person in a conversation says, not 1 + 1, I believe 1 + 1 is 3, I know with mathematical certainty that they're lying. By the same token,
you know what they're saying isn't true. You don't know if they're lying.
Yeah, once again, that's the issue here. But I don't think you're going by the definition, so sure, I'll just give you that.
No.
Fine.
No. With the word mathematical has a definition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's the definition of the word lying that you're misusing, because lying requires knowledge that you know what you're saying is untrue. So if I told you that I thought 1 + 1 is 3, It could be two different things. Either I could be lying to you in that I know that 1 + 1 = 2. I have that knowledge, but I'm telling you 1 + 1 = 3. Or it could be that I'm actually deluded and I actually think 1 + 1 = 3, and I'm telling you what I think.
And that wouldn't be a lie. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. But if I rule out, if during a conversation I rule out, we're having a conversation, and at one point I have to say, okay, you're lying. If I rule out that you're misinformed, and I rule out that you're on drugs, and I rule out everything, then the final verdict is this person is lying.
Okay.
Not necessarily. They could have just been misinformed. Or
No,
they might have never learned any mathematics.
No, but let's say I rule it out. Let's say I rule everything out. We go through all the other options. I rule everything else out.
Okay, we're following you. We'll go with you with your train of thought. Go ahead.
So the same goes for the belief in God. If someone says I believe in God, I know they're lying. You cannot. What does that mean?
Okay.
You believe that someone created everything. So you know what? Is it right? Because it causes an infinite. So the question is: so who created that guy? No, that guy existed forever. All right. So he didn't help me. I mean, so what? I don't understand what you believe. You believe that there was something that existed forever, and it created.
Okay, let's wait. Let's try to untangle the rope a little because we're going everywhere. Let's go by steps, baby steps. First one: do you agree that it's provable? Provable? Is that even a word? Sorry, I'm ESL. But do you agree that you can prove that 1 + 1 is 2?
I personally don't believe 1 + 1 is 2.
Okay,
Can I clear this thing up with mathematics? When you guys are talking about mathematics and something being true in mathematics, something is true in mathematics relative to axiomatic definitions, which are definitionally just suppositions.
Exactly.
So 1 + 1 does equal 2 as defined by the axioms of mathematics.
Exactly.
So, and it's just a question of the axioms and the system of formulas and theorems of that mathematical system.
Basically, if we assume 1 + 1 is 2, then yes, 1 + 1 is 2, which means.
Well, it's not that assumption. That's not the assumption, to be clear. That's not the axiom of maths that 1 + 1 = 2. The axioms are far lower and far more conceptual than people who aren't familiar with mathematical systems are capable of understanding. I couldn't explain it to you. And I have some reasonable pure maths understanding, but it's very complicated.
Look, the point is, let's. We started. I'm lost in the dialogue tree. I'm lost in the conversation. So let's start over. So you believe that there is a conflict. There is an Israel-Palestine conflict. Anyone?
How did this subject get from that to this?
I'm trying to recreate it now. So how did we start?
Okay, wait.
We started with the question.
There's a conflict? I would agree with that.
That's exactly my point. There is no conflict. The conflict never existed. It's everyone believes, right? There is a mathematical. There is a mathematical.
I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, okay. There is a mathematical property to the This has to do, I think, with the nature of the fabric of reality. This is very deep. What's going on, and that is that fake beliefs form.
Leaves, like a leaf of a tree.
This guy's talking out of his ass. He's literally talking out of his ass right now.
No, it's good. Let's keep going.
Fake
gonna-
beliefs form.
Beliefs. Okay.
Beliefs. Fake, incorrect beliefs form, like the belief in God. Everyone
Right.
basically
Oh my-
believes in
Oh
God.
my god.
Everyone
Oh
basically
my god. Here we go.
Everyone basically believes in God, but when you pin them down, they're lying. They don't believe in God. What evidence do you have to believe in God? What's your definition of God? Oh,
Wait, hold on. I thought I didn't want to go here.
Wait, let him finish.
for-
Let him finish his little thing.
Wait, but just hold on.
So
If you had proof of God, it would cease to be a belief by definition.
no,
Faith,
Yeah.
no,
belief, they require the lack of evidence.
What you're talking about is faith.
no,
I believe
No.
I believe that 1 + 1 = 2. That is a
No.
belief.
no.
Well, belief and faith go hand in hand.
No. If you claim that
Yes.
you believe, hold on. If you claim that you believe that 1 + 1 is 3, I know you're lying. If you
No, you don't.
claim, yes. If you claim you
No.
believe, hold on. You believe in God, I know you're lying.
So what's the difference from saying I have faith that God exists
You're
than
lying.
saying I
When
believe
you
God
say
exists?
I have faith, you're lying.
There's no
You're just
difference.
lying, dude.
There's no difference.
You don't have
Saying I believe
you
that
have-
God exists and
it
I have
means-
faith that God exists.
when
There's
you,
no
when you
difference.
say I have faith, you're saying I am lying just
My
like
debate
everyone
problem.
else on this planet is lying. I'm part of that conspiracy.
What the hell?
Yes.
That's your definition. That's not
No,
the colloquial definition of
This
faith.
is as deep. I'm saying this is very deep. This is as deep as things get. There is a conspiracy in this
All right.
in the universe.
What
The universe is
what is truth to you?
truth is a word.
Exactly.
like
What is
everything
truth?
else. It's just a word that evolved through the billions of years. It's just a word. It's a grunt.
Okay, so this is like what is this? This is called practicalism or whatever. The belief that every human belief is just a or it's a motivism as well. But then why do you think we ought to believe things to be true or not true? Like what should motivate us
It's just-
in deciding between the truth or falsity of a statement?
It feels good.
Okay. It
Yeah,
feels good.
Yeah, true. What feels right.
When
That's
you say
true.
1 + 1 is 2,
Yeah.
it feels good. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can. It feels.
Do you know what feels
True.
really
Yeah,
good
I
though?
agree. I agree.
Having airplanes
Masturbating.
that fly us around the world feels
Masturbation.
really fucking good.
Exactly.
And so that requires believing
Exactly.
in mathematics
Exactly.
and science
Exactly.
so that we can achieve those.
Exactly.
But yeah. okay, fine.
Exactly.
Probably agree.
Exactly.
You-
Exactly.
You're all delusional. You're not making any sense. That's not logical. That's not coherent. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What's the question?
Saying what he's saying, it's not about logic. He's talking about a lower part of philosophy about the question of what truth is. For him, truth is just a function of your brain. Everything is, permitted to be true within your brain because your brain wants it to be true. And we have systems in our society that we've created, or concepts that we've created in our society, like mathematics and like science or whatever, that feel really good when things align with them. Right? Because it makes everything feel consistent, and a feeling of consistency is really good.
Yeah.
But you still can't say it's
Yeah.
can't appeal to any real objective truth in it.
Exactly.
That's his
No, wrong. I think you, my friend, are a intellectual idiot, and you just became aware. Wait, can I finish talking, please? You just became aware of this philosophy.
I didn't just become aware of this.
Here we go. This is how I know that you're either, what is that thing called, childish, or just straight up rude, because you're interrupting me right now. You're actually interrupting me.
You started your statement with an ad hominem.
Here you go again, interrupting me.
Okay.
Can I talk, please, friend? Are you British? You sound British.
I'm
You're acting
Australian.
British right now.
I'm Australian.
Yeah. Oh, even more. Yeah. Y'all come from Britain, don't y'all? Y'all
No.
actually got cast out from Britain
I'm a
because y'all
native Australian. I'm Aboriginal.
No, I don't believe that shit at all. Don't
you think
believe
I'm
it.
lying?
Turn on the camera right now. Let me see your face.
I don't have a webcam.
Hold on. I came here to debate. So if you're gonna do ad hominems, that's boring. I'm tired of ad hominems.
Ad hominem. Wait. This Aboriginal son of a bitch.
I don't care.
First of all,
I don't care. Come on, let's concentrate. We're talking about the Arab Israeli. No,
Are you
you want
mad?
to talk about ad hominems?
Are you mad?
we're talking
I'm
about.
not mad. I'm happy. I'm very
Are you
happy.
mad?
I'm super happy.
Are you mad?
Stop.
You don't know how happy I am right now.
Stop.
In
Are
front of
you
your
mad?
ass.
All right.
Okay,
everyone-
guys, come on, stop.
Yeah, boring.
Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna not interact with this guy because he's actually not even worth engaging with. You're right. I agree.
Random.
I'm done
guy,
here.
Random guy.
So I'm pretty mad.
All right.
No,
everyone,
I agree. I agree with you.
Calm down.
He's a savage.
Calm down. Stop. Let's have it. We're trying to resolve the biggest conflict on this planet. So all you're proving is that there is no conflict because every little thing is a conflict. So there is no conflict. But let's get back to the Israeli-Gaza conflict. So you people believe that there is a conflict?
You people, wow.
Yes, everyone.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
You?
Everyone here.
I think they all deserve what they're getting. Like they should all get what they deserve. That's
No,
all I
answer the
think.
question. No, concentrate.
Okay,
The question is there a conflict between
Okay,
Israel and Gaza?
I'll try to answer your question. I think it
I
makes
think we should do the same to
practical
Israel.
sense for me to believe that there is a conflict. Yeah,
I couldn't hear you. You spoke simultaneously.
it makes practical sense for me to believe that there is a conflict.
Good.
Or it makes
Good. But you know that there is no truth.
Okay, but then that's true of every statement.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's true when we talk about am I talking to someone on Discord right
fine.
now?
It's fine.
It just
Oh,
makes sense for me to believe that it's true. Yeah,
It's fine.
I get what you mean.
So no, but this is deep. So it feels good to be basically what you're saying. I follow the herd. Everyone says
Nope.
yes. Everyone says 1 + 1 is 2, and I follow the herd.
Why is it necessarily following a herd? Why does one thing follow? Why does the
Let me ask you.
first thing you pointed out?
Let
Like
me
why
ask you-
does
let me
yeah
ask
why
you a
why did
question. Let me
okay
ask you a
go ahead.
question. If you lived on this planet alone, would you say 1 + 1 is 2?
In a sense,
No.
in a sense that I would want to.
No.
I would probably if I had need for it. No. Wait, you're not letting me answer the question.
No.
You're not letting me answer
I'll
the
help
question.
you. I'll help that you're not going in the right direction. The question is, if
Okay.
you were born in France and you didn't speak English, would you say 1 + 1 is
Sure.
2?
No, I'd say
Exactly.
plus.
So
Yeah,
you
okay.
agree that when you say 1 + 1 is 2, you're just following the herd.
Not exactly. No.
Yes, exactly.
But damn, that's a.
When was the first time
Well,
you said
no.
1 + 1 is 2? You were indoctrinated by someone when you were a tiny baby into the ritual of 1 + 1 is 2. That's why you believe 1 + 1 is 2.
You know, you have some pretty wild philosophical beliefs, and they are like potentially interesting things to talk about. But I think the way you have a conversation is not very good. Like you're trying to lead it just to the truths that you believe to be true, that you want to be true, instead of having like a proper back and forth. And you're just like, I don't think you're really listening to what other people are saying, or the logical contradiction in what they will like proposition to you.
I believe.
Anyway, I got it.
Wait, did you just leave?
Yeah, he just left.
Oh my god. Why would he do that?
I don't know. Anyways, are we smoking that Trump pack or not?
What?
of course, hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, we got him.
We got
guilty on 34 charges.
no way.
Yep.
So he's going to jail?
Yep. Sentencing is on July 11th.
Is that after the elections?
What did you get him for?
No. That's before. They got him for. It's the Stormy Daniels case.
So they're gonna put him in jail? We're gonna have a president from jail?
I thought
There's
that was like
a-
the weakest case against him.
Yeah, and I really hope that I don't even particularly care about this one. I just really hope it unseals the floodgates for people being unafraid to convict. Because that was quick too. Shit.
Yeah. It's just weird that it's in the weakest case against him. I didn't expect that.
Well, yeah. Hopefully it opens the floodgates. All right, I'm gonna head out. See you later.
Take care, brother.
Okay, librarian. Were you following the discussion?
Following what?
The discussion.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir, I was.
What do you mean? Wait, let's start over. So you believe that there is a conflict between Israel and Gaza?
Oh, Michael is gonna love you.
Mike,
I know for a fact. Michael is
what?
about to fall in love with you in 10 seconds as soon as he hears any of your positions.
what's your Michael? Do you believe that there is a conflict between Israel and Gaza?
The question itself scared him away.
Wait, you wrote something? Bro pulled the "you're not answering how I want you to" card. At this point, the only possible conflict would be about his personal philosophical thought process. You wrote this?
All right, I'm back, boys.
Hey, Michael. So do you believe that there is a conflict between Israel and Gaza?
Yeah,
Okay. What's your evidence?
yeah,
There
I
is-
do believe there's.
That's fine. What's your evidence?
What's my evidence?
Yes.
My evidence is I don't think a bunch of people are delusional that they're in a conflict right now.
Wait, what's your evidence? But convince me.
Yeah, like
Convince me that there is a conflict.
convince you. Or what would be the strong argument that everyone coming out of the conflict is painting this narrative of a fake conflict?
No, no,
Why
no,
would they need
no,
push
no,
that?
no. Convince me that there is a conflict. You're telling me
Con-
everyone
yeah.
is convinced. I know everyone is convinced. I agree. Everyone thinks there is a conflict. Yeah, I agree. Now, I don't
Yeah,
Yeah,
Michael.
but-
convince me.
Convince us, Michael.
Yeah, but yeah, if I'm thinking of both narratives, which one is likely to be true? A bunch of delusional people coming out of a fake conflict and saying it's a conflict?
I agree. I
or a-
agree. I agree that everyone is saying there is a conflict. I grant you, everyone in the world says there is a conflict. I don't believe
Uh-huh.
conflict. So why don't you convince me there is?
Yeah, yeah.
conflict?
And I'm saying I would walk my mind through both paths. Why would they say there's a conflict, or why would they try to prove there's a fake conflict? What would be the benefit of both paths? That's what my mind would do.
Well, everyone says there is a conflict because everyone says there is a conflict. There's just there is a
But what is there to gain if a bunch of delusional people think
everyone
are
is
pushing the narrative of a fake conflict?
everyone is delusional that there is a God. So why would it surprise you? So why would it surprise
But if I scour the world,
you?
I to look for God,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to find him. But if I scour the world for this conflict,
No,
I'm going to find the conflict,
no,
right?
but that's different. You said everyone. You're insinuating that everyone can't be that everyone is delusional that there is a conflict. Must be that there is a conflict. So I'm telling you, no. Everyone believes in a God. Everyone is delusional that there is a God. So why would you be surprised that the same people, the same humans with the same brains, some of them with very high IQs, also believe in more and more complete and utter nonsense? You know, half the country supports Trump, and I think you hate Trump or whatever, right? And there's many things we can discuss, right? Half the
Jesus,
planet.
I gotta turn you down. You're very loud.
I'm sorry.
Just gonna turn you down a little bit. No, it's okay. It's fine. You're passionate. You're passionate about the topic, which is fair.
Well, we know that half of the planet, some of the half of this planet, not half, 99% of the planet believes in God. Some of them have very high IQs. So,
but that's different. That's if I told you God was in Gaza,
it's not.
Or if I told you there's a conflict in Gaza, if you flew there, do you think you would find God or a conflict?
Hold on. So you
wait, just answer that question really quickly.
Hold on before, but he's switching his answer. So his first answer was it can't be. Wait, but you are hold on, you switch. I don't have you. I don't.
No. I understand. I understand. Yeah. We can go off the first bullet. Yeah. We can tie up the first bullet.
Yeah, I don't have a problem if you change your answer. But let's get rid of the first one. Is huge. The first problem is huge. I don't care about the second. If there is really or not, that's really not. Obviously,
okay. So, but so usually, from what I see,
hold on.
When big, huge. Okay. I understand your delusional point. I just want to counter it.
But even before that, your brain should explode when you think of the fact that 99% of the inhabitants of this planet believe in a delusion called God. That should absolutely blow your brains or blow your mind.
Because when I ask those people for material, they say the material is in their brain. Right, but when you ask me for materials of conflict, I can find it outside of their brain, right?
No. You're missing my point. My point is, when you think of the fact that 99% of the people on this planet believe in a delusion, that should blow your mind. They are convinced.
But answer that point. Answer that point. If I push people on God, they'll say the material of their belief is in their mind. But if I push people on the Gaza conflict, they'll give me information outside of their mind.
No, when you push people on God, which I have done many times, they will basically admit that they're lying.
Wait, do the experiment with me then. I wanna be called out in my life.
Experiment with you. So you believe that there is a God? Yeah.
Obviously.
All right. What's your definition of a God? Did he create the universe? Did he create everything? Is he the source of everything? Everything comes from him?
Amen. And it's hard to define because we use words to define things.
No, that's called lying. That's called lying.
Okay, but just skip to the end. How do I know that? Because God told me.
Hold on. If using words to describe things is lying, if I ask you describe this apple, how do you describe the apple without using words?
No, the one thing I'm not going to do. Right. Again, I mean, you're saying it's difficult to describe. It shouldn't be more difficult than describing the apple. I can understand that describing an apple is difficult. Defining is difficult. Definitions are very difficult.
I think this guy's trolling you. I think this guy's trolling you.
Yeah, I'm still like in the verge of. I don't know if it's in the verge, but I'm in the fence between. Is this like a full-blown troll, or is this guy just like retarded?
I think he's trolling. He's ignoring every bullet that might unveil his troll.
Yeah, Every time we ask a question, he's like, "Wait, hold on, but
Wait, I don't want to go to that bullet because it will end my troll. I don't want to go on that bullet. It will end my troll too early.
Yeah.
I want to continue the troll.
if you go in chat, I even typed it. There was this other dude engaging with him, and he was like, "Wait, you're not answering how I want you to."
You're answering how you would end the troll. I don't want that answer.
Yeah, Mr. Slave, you're troll, good troll.
Good troll.
Why you have like these like naked pictures of women? Like
Because it's clickbait for his videos.
Because he'll know you'll come to him, and then he'll troll you. The picture is the bait for you to set him in your
Oh.
troll trap.
Look,
Mr.
Yes,
Slave,
sir.
where are you from?
look. What I'm trying to say. You're coming to me with the biggest problem on the planet, something that could destroy our civilization. It has the potential.
Which is?
Complete
Mr. Slave's mum.
a complete World War III, full-blown World War III.
oh no.
Okay, but yeah, just answer that question. People who believe in God, they were like, this book, this Bible, or whatever book came from God. I know this because I believe this in my mind. I can't prove something in their mind that they believe. But the Gaza world, the Gaza conflict,
Do you
I can
believe?
go find that with one plane ticket, right?
Do you believe in God?
No, I don't believe in God.
Exactly. I've gone through these discussions, and the discussion.
But answer that question.
Mhm.
But answer that question. If I buy a plane ticket to Gaza, do you think I'm finding a peaceful land or I'm finding a land in conflict?
I beg you, believe in God, please.
Wait, but let him just answer
No, Ferris, don't give him a no.
Yeah.
let him answer that question.
Okay. Sorry.
I honestly, I don't know what you would see. Honestly, I don't know what you would see.
I don't know because this would end this conversation.
Yeah, he's a
You'll see 70 women like the women in the video picture, in heaven. 70 women,
What answer?
all fucking jumping
So
in
the
your
answer. So
on your
you,
beams.
so you think that if you fly over the Gaza-Israeli border, what you're gonna see explosions? What do you think you're gonna see?
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
gonna see much because you're gonna get shut down. You can't fly over.
Yeah. That's good.
So that's your
Because
definition.
Yes,
it's in
but right
So
right before you get shot down, you're gonna have the thought of, oh fuck, Michael is right. There's fucking
Yeah.
conflict here, and I'm dying in a fucking ball of flame.
Dude, I can't believe that he's actually arguing that.
But if you
Like, what the fuck?
if you fly over North Korea, they're also going to shoot you down. So would you say that there is?
No,
Wait, which guy?
Yeah, there's
This guy's
a
trolls. This
conflict.
guy's a
hey,
fucking
wait,
troll,
I
dude.
need, just to
There's
be
a
fair, I need
conflict.
to give Michael and Faris and just Jake some context here. Mr. Slave not too long ago said, "Well, I personally don't believe 1 + 1 is 2."
Oh, okay. So this is a troll.
Okay. Yeah, this is
a
a total troll. Yeah, this is 100% troll.
Gotcha.
Or is this like that guy who was on Joe Rogan trying to redefine chemistry and maths? I think.
Yeah, the black guy. You know
Yeah.
the black guy, right? Yeah.
Do you think the Earth
he's
is
not-
flat?
He's not
It's so
trolling.
funny.
I think he actually believes what he believes.
Yeah, but this guy might be the same. I'm not sure.
No, he's definitely trolling.
Mr. Slave, do you think like a woman butt is like round or like flat?
Well,
Depends on the woman.
Depends on the
What do you
woman,
want?
obviously. But
Yeah.
if you ask me my
Jesus.
preference,
I fucking hate Michael, dude. I fucking hate this guy.
wait, why did
I fucking
you
hate him. So
Why do you
fucking
hate
much.
him?
Why do you
No,
hate
I'm
him?
just, I'm just joking. I love Michael.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I thought that we would gather here and have an actual debate, but I see that
Okay, we got on to you, buddy. It's enough. Stop.
Yeah, you gotta stop, Mr. Slave. Okay, you gotta like say something
Oh, you
serious.
gotta
You know?
stop. You gotta stop in this room because now everybody's like aware that you're just trolling. So you need to.
okay.
I don't know.
I don't know, but if you don't want to debate, then I'm gonna have to leave again and look for another place.
It's hard to
Of
debate
course,
with
you
someone
good.
that doesn't believe anything is like as we know it. So 1 + 1 might not be 2.
Do you
Oxygen might not be.
do you want to
O2.
debate or do you want to?
Yeah, he wants to debate. That's why he calling you a troll, so he
But
can debate seriously.
Mr.
Oh,
Yeah,
Slab,
you
are
want
you
to
a
debate me?
reductionist of
No, I
epistemology?
don't want to debate
Mr. Slab,
someone that calls me names. That's
are you a reductionist of
No, no,
epistemology?
no. He wants to debate someone else who's like truly debating. Huh?
Jake, what were you saying, Jake?
Mr. Slave, are you a reductionist of epistemology?
I
Oh,
don't know what that is. What is that?
So
jeez. He just
do you
called you an
think
asshole.
do you
Yeah.
do,
Sorry,
do you
sorry.
think there's
No.
there's no way you can possibly know something, so you don't know if the world's flat, you don't know if there's a conflict in Israel or anything like that?
In the absolute sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything
So
there's
so why are you
uncertainty.
talking now as if a human exists on the other side of the world? Why are you acting as if things do literally exist?
I was going to say, I mean, there's an uncertainty. Everything is uncertain. Reality is uncertain. Everything, there is a level of uncertainty. Nothing is, we don't know anything with absolute, with absolute certainty. That's why 1 + 1, that's one of the reasons why I cannot say that 1 + 1 is definitely 2. You have to attach an uncertainty to everything.
Is death in a physical sense, in the physical world, perhaps not real, or perhaps unavoidable? Perhaps
How-
avoidable. Sorry.
How do you apply that sort of theology to your life? If you think there's possibly nothing exists, well, that's not going to help you survive because the berries on the tree that you're going to grab, sure, they might not exist. There's no point in eating them. Starvation might not exist, so you're not going to
Wait,
bother
wait, wait.
eating.
But before we even go to like a practical sense, about my question, physical death in the physical world, like when your biological body dies, do you think that that's not? We can't be sure that's a thing.
There is an uncertainty attached, but then there's
that?
also a certainty. There is just, it's a probability. It's just an uncertainty.
Oh, so
How
there
do you
is.
live your life without certainty? Sorry.
What?
How do you live your life without certainty then?
What's the problem? Everything you do at the end of the day has a probability attached. Like you're sitting in a chair that could collapse.
Wait,
And
so there
probably
is
what
the
matters.
probability then of us not dying.
Excuse me?
So does that mean there's a probability of us, our body, our physical body, not dying on it?
There is a possibility. Anything is possible. Anything could happen. But there is a probability. You live your life with a probability or with certain probabilities. Most likely.
Do you see how? Go ahead.
Most likely, we're all gonna die. Most likely, the universe will, through entropy, will die. Most likely, that's where it's going.
So is nothing in life certain then?
Nothing in the universe, nothing in my existence is absolutely certain.
So what practical?
It's just a skeptic.
How can you live practically like that?
It's just the way. That's how we live. We live.
Yeah, but
we live in a world of uncertainty. When you decide to buy anything, you go to the store and there's two items that are very similar. At the end, you say, "Okay, I'll just pick one of them." Well, that's life. Life is probability. Certainly, when you buy a stock,
So
that's
that doesn't actually like progress a conversation or progress any line of thought of maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like you came in looking for a conversation, but then you're just this absolute skeptic.
Yeah.
Do you not see how that makes it quite impossible to even have a conversation about anything?
What do you mean? I can convert.
So-
I can talk about anything. What can I not talk about?
If there's a possibility that everything is just by chance, then there's a possibility which nothing's by chance, which is a loop, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now you've caught yourself in a paradox, haven't you?
No, most likely.
There's a chance that what you're saying is false, isn't it?
Sure.
Or are you certain that everything is down to chance?
It's not that everything. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I live. There is an I'm always skeptic. Sometimes a little bit skeptic. Sometimes a tiny bit skeptic. Sometimes I'm very
Always.
skeptic. Like it depends on the thing, but it's always I always have my guards up. I'm always skeptic. Just a little bit. Like I was the other day. I was in boxing class.
So are you? Sorry, carry on.
I was in Muay Thai and kickboxing class, and I was dealing with a tiny little girl. And you know, the last thing I expected was for her to kill me. But you know, it happened. She's just much better.
Oh, hang on.
technically.
What did you just say? You said you were in a boxing class and it happened. Why don't you preface that by saying it could have happened? I might have been in a boxing class.
He got you, didn't
Yeah, but
You could hear the smile on his face. Look,
Nothing's certain. You might have not went to no class.
and she didn't not kill you.
there is this is called the Boltzmann brain. Have you ever heard of Boltzmann brain?
Google might have done. Hang on.
Google Boltzmann brain.
It says it's something you lack. What?
Boltzmann.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Boltzmann
Yeah. I'm familiar with this. Yeah.
Let me
But
copy.
you talk with certainty. Then I've got it here.
You copied it over?
But I've got the thing if you want me to link it in the chat.
Yeah, link it in the chat.
Yeah. Here we go.
All right, the Boltzmann brain thought experiment suggests that it might be more likely for a
Does it read
single
the
brain to spontaneously form in space, complete with memory of having existed in our universe, rather than the entire universe to come about in the manner cosmologists think it actually did. Physicists use the Boltzmann brain thought experiment. Anyway, so that it is a thought experiment, and there is a possibility that I'm just a Boltzmann brain, and nothing.
So why do you talk as if you're not?
A Boltzmann brain.
You're speaking with certainty. So hang on a minute. How can you be the ultimate skeptic if you're not skeptical about your existence of a certain place and interacting with a certain person? How can you be so sure, speak with clarity on that, but you're not sure on other things?
No, I'm. You want me to?
No, because you did speak with certainty, didn't you?
No, but it becomes impractical to speak in such a way that every time to add. What do you mean? Yeah.
No, I agree with you. It becomes impractical to have a genuine conversation and to progress anything. So
No.
what is the point of trying to debate it?
No. It becomes impractical to speak. I didn't say to have a conversation. If I were to
What's a
take
conversation? What's a conversation?
what?
What's a conversation if you're not speaking?
Conversation. No, speaking. If during a conversation I take your advice and the way I speak, I always preface everything I say with an uncertainty, it becomes impractical to have a conversation. So it's going to destroy it's going to completely destroy the conversation. I'm going to be adding the uncertainty principle to every term. Instead, I tell you I am an absolute skeptic. So everything has an uncertainty attached to it. Once I have said this, I don't need to repeat myself about every.
So how could you practically have a conversation about being a skeptic without mentioning things like that?
What's the problem? Why is there an issue?
Well, because how do you have a conversation about being an ultimate skeptic?
What is the issue?
Because realistically,
here,
because realistically, every conversation
we have an example.
Realistically, every conversation is just going to end in, yeah, maybe, I don't know.
But that's it. That's the given. So there's no reason to end it.
Maybe
that's all right. I mean, you want to derail the conversation with, but that's my assumption. My assumption is the maybe. So why would it be the conclusion?
Yeah, maybe. Because you're saying the conclusion can never be proven. Because you're saying, how do we know this for a fact? If you're an ultimate
my
skeptic?
assumption is that everything has an uncertainty attached to it in the way I perceive reality. That's it. We're done. Now let's have a conversation. Now that you know how I perceive the universe, we can have a conversation.
Why do you make that assumption?
Why do I make the assumption?
Yeah, I missed I don't know if you've been having like a long conversation. I just came in.
No, I joined that 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
How? Why do I?
Why do you make that assumption?
Actually, that's the conclusion of of thinking. My conclusion is I just have an uncertainty about everything. Everything is uncertain. We live in an.
And you're certain of this, or are you uncertain of that?
Excuse me?
Are you certain of that, or are you uncertain of that?
I'm always uncertain of everything.
Then you don't have any assumption if you're uncertain about it.
What? I can't hear you. Your audio is.
You don't have any assumption if you're not certain about it.
I don't.
You're not asserting anything.
I don't understand.
You don't know whether or not what you're saying is true.
No, he said assuming, not asserting.
I don't.
Well, yeah, but as a foundation, you're uncertain of it. So
I don't understand what you're trying to say.
I asked if you're certain or uncertain about everything being uncertain.
Please, one at a time. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you go, man.
Okay, so I asked if you're certain that everything is uncertain.
No.
And you said you don't know. Is that right?
I'm uncertain about everything, including my, everything. So when I say that I'm uncertain, yeah, I'm uncertain about being uncertain. So
is that not circular thinking?
No, there's nothing circular about it. You want to say it's circular?
Well, then things can be certain if you're certain about that thing, right?
Things, for me, in my experience, the way
that thing you say, is that certain?
What?
Is your maxim certain that everything is uncertain? Is that certain?
What do you mean maxim? What does that word mean? I honestly don't know what that word
You're saying that everything is uncertain. That's your experience, right?
Yeah. It's
that's a certain rule. That's a certain rule that's unchanging.
Hold on. By the way, it's not me. This is the Cartesian. This is the way Descartes also felt. It's not. I'm not the first one. I'm not the first one.
Yeah, I can't talk to Descartes. He's on the other room, I'm afraid.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you got banned from the Discord last week.
It's not just. It's not. It's.
What do you say, the N-word?
It's not like I'm the first person ever to propose.
Yeah.
This.
But it doesn't progress a conversation.
Are you Greek, by the way? By any chance? I think I've met you before. Are you Greek?
I'd rather not disclose any personal information.
Malaka.
Okay. You sound like someone I've spoken to ages ago.
Malaka.
Anyway, so I'm just.
You sound like a Greek guy I used to talk to. He liked Madonna.
This is just the.
And he was drunk all the time.
This is just the scientific, philosophy of skepticism. I'm just a skeptic. That's all.
No, I don't think it's particularly scientific.
Yeah. What's the science behind it?
Fine. It's just I'm just a skeptic.
I don't think sophistry is scientific.
I don't think it's sophistry. It's just nothing.
Okay, so you believe that there is something in the universe that you're certain about?
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm certain your brain does not exist.
One at a time. Who wants to have a conversation?
I'm certain that certain things exist. A lot of things. Like I'm certain that truth exists. I'm certain that I exist.
Hold on. 1 second. You're certain that truth exists?
Of course.
Okay. Let me try. Well, I don't even know what that means. What do you mean truth? What do you mean exist? What do you mean truth? I honestly
must exist.
What?
I said truth must exist. It must be objective. Yeah.
Why must it exist? What is true? What do you mean by truth and exist? What do you mean by truth?
Well,
What do you mean by exist?
because I can infer that truth exists because I can ask if truth doesn't exist, is that true? And I can say true or false.
Paradoxical. Yeah.
That's self-defeating to say that truth doesn't exist because that would be a true or false statement. So it must exist.
What do you mean by exist? What do you mean by truth?
Yeah, this guy's just circular. It just keeps going back.
Wait, what?
Exist? That means it is a part of reality and it can be inferred.
What do you mean by reality?
Oh, what's reality? Yeah, there you go.
Something that exists.
No,
what's
don't do
reality?
this.
What are things?
Okay, so I honestly don't know what you mean. If reality exists and exists is reality,
Go learn English and then have a proper conversation.
I don't know what you mean.
The guy doesn't know anything.
I don't know what you mean.
Every time you mention the
exists.
question of what is thought, what is this, what is that, and then you keep going on in circles, and he'll just keep asking, well, what's that? Well, what's that? He wants it to go to a certain conversation, which if you agree with him, nothing's going to happen. If you disagree with him, nothing will happen. All right, yeah, I agree with you. There's just chance to everything. Nothing exists. Now what?
No, I'm not claiming nothing exists. I'm trying. If you.
What do you mean by exists?
Exactly. So if you would
No,
define.
I'm asking you. What do you mean? You use the word.
We can look up the definition. We can look up and define.
What's a definition? What does that mean?
All right. So you don't want to have a conversation. You just want to interrupt me.
Isn't that a little bit pedantic to kind of just ask what existence means?
No.
Are you trying to say that?
No.
Because existence as a concept. Are you trying to make an argument? You're just curious.
No.
Honestly.
No. I mean, if you would say exists means I can measure it. You know, I can measure basically.
No, unmeasured things can exist.
Wait, what?
Unmeasured things can exist, and they do exist.
I don't understand. You're not clear. What?
I said unmeasured things can exist.
So if you
would
believe,
you be saying more in the philosophical sense of like emotions?
Believe,
is that something you're referring?
Hold on. If you believe, if you define, or if you believe unmeasured things can exist, then I don't understand. Then I don't understand. I honestly don't understand. Because I would define, if you ask me to define existence, I would say by measurement. If it's measurable, then it exists. If it exists, it must be measurable. That's it. Like being able to measure is my metric of defining existence.
And then you can measure the temperature, so you know there's heat in the air, for example.
Whatever. But I wouldn't say existence is reality. Reality is existence. Reality and existence are the same thing. I would define them both through scientific measure, through some measurement, through some perception with.
Could I jump in on that?
With my emotions, with my senses. If I can.
The emotions can't be measured.
Emotions can be measured with an fMRI.
What metric?
Man, you can invent a metric for anything. You can measure emotions through, how loud, how many tears. I mean, you can just define a new metric. It doesn't matter. But
oh no, because you said a scientific measure. But what's if
You
I
can-
can't measure a feeling, but you just
you
said
can-
by how many tears are shed.
No, it's
so
just
I
a
mean, if someone
definition.
cries more than me, they're more sad than
No,
me.
if you define scientifically, science is about, is about measuring and, it's about science is in science we define something and then we measure it. So you can define the emotion of sadness, let's say through a sad face, through tears, through crying, through
No, that's the symptoms.
yes,
of being sad.
yes, that's how you define. You define a thing by its symptoms. You define gravity by the symptoms of gravity. We don't know what gravity.
When-
I mean, Einstein taught us that gravity is the curvature of space-time, but how do you measure it? But what's your perception? So we perceive it. We drop things and they fall. That's the symptom of
Is
gravity.
internal sadness not a thing then?
Yeah, you can define it. You can define internal. You can define external sadness, internal sadness, and then you can. Yeah.
So what type
Just
of
because you can
measurement
define something doesn't mean it's measured.
or exists?
Well, if you're not, if the way you're defining it does not end up in the ability to measure it, then I would say you have not defined it. And you haven't. I don't know what you mean until
What is that definition then? Wait, does that definition exist without measuring?
What do you mean? I don't know. No, do you see?
So the definition that you gave an example of a definition which doesn't measure what it's defining, but that definition does exist even if you don't find it useful.
Hold on. Me and you have a problem because our definition of reality and existence are different. So when you say
Yes, but you said nothing that's nothing that's unmeasured can exist.
it's not, I'm defining. My definition of existence is measurement, is perception. I need to perceive it with my senses.
But do you think that a definition which defines something in an unmeasured way is real? Does that exist?
Wait, a definition? I don't know what you mean when you say definition exists. I don't know what that means. Exists where? In the dictionary? Where would it exist?
As a concept in your mind.
No, that's not. So you saying, I don't know what that would. I don't know. So that's you saying.
Well, just Jake, what did you say about a definition that doesn't define or doesn't measure? You brought
Well,
this
I
up.
think internal emotions, because you can't really measure that. It's just my own perception of my emotion. I can't say I'm 3 out of 10 out of sadness because that could be different from me and you.
You can measure
and just
it.
because you shed more tears, it can measure.
That's
the metric then?
measurable. Of course, it's measurable. You can measure how you feel. What do you mean? What do
No,
you
because you said the measurement for sadness would be tears or a sad face.
That's-
But if I have internal sadness, you don't measure them tears.
No.
And just because
No.
Chloros is
No.
shedding 6 tears and I'm shedding 5 tears, does that mean he's more sad than me?
No.
That's what you said.
No, I then said you can have internal sadness and external sadness. By external, you would measure the tears, and by internal, you would measure how you feel. Like you can
How
conduct
do you
an experiment.
measure how you feel? What's
Why
the
not?
measurement?
What do you mean?
What's the measurement?
What do you
how
mean?
I feel? What's the measurement?
I don't understand. What you
You use the word measurement and you use the word feel. How do I put those two together?
What's the problem? Why is that a problem? Like, let's say I
I'm
ask
asking you,
you,
how do I do it?
what do you mean?
Yeah, but Mr. Slave, it's like you're using unmeasured terms that are not physical. These are not physical terms. Like
Yeah, but they don't
sadness
exist.
What
is
do you
not a physical thing that you can measure.
What do you mean it's not physical? If I feel sad, that's not physical? You call that not physical? What, I'm not a physical creature? If you see,
No, you are the creature, but the feelings are what that's abstract.
what do you mean abstract?
You're saying anything that's abstract doesn't.
I am
Oh,
more.
okay.
What do you mean? The one thing I'm more certain more than anything else is how I feel. Everything else is.
So how do you measure that?
What do you can say the proper question would be what would be the metric? So you could say on a scale of 1 to 10, from 0 being very
Oh, don't be getting facetious.
Like
because
that,
you said,
you can't show me that metric. That metric
I
only
don't
exists in your
you
brain.
said to measure is
I
anything
didn't say anything
scientific.
about showing you. I don't need to show you anything. Why would I need to show you? That's not part of the definition.
Can you even show yourself that metric?
What do you mean show? I don't need to show anyone.
How do you show? You said you only believe in things that you see and experience. Can you see that metric?
But I can but I can experience. I can experience sadness. And
But you can't measure it physically
Why
yourself.
not? Of course you can measure it. On a scale from 1 to
How?
10, right now I feel either 0 or 1. Or, that's how I feel. Why can't I? Why is this not measurable?
But just because someone says something doesn't mean it's true.
I'm not saying.
Like your one might be different to
But that's-
mine, whereas you said
but-
scientific measure. Hang
but
on,
that-
you said a
that-
scientific measurement.
That's always
To
true.
say- Hang on, you said.
That
To
could
say
always
you
happen.
said, I feel like that. is
That
not
could
very
always
scientific, is it?
happen. That could always happen.
No, that's not according to your definition.
Any data collection
said-
could be either fraud or there could be errors. We always take into account that there
No,
is
but it's
errors in the
repeatable, whereas I can't repeat what a 3 in terms of sadness is to you. Your 3 might be different to mine.
Of course, you can repeat. Well, what's the problem? Of course, if you call someone names and you get them, they'll be very unhappy. Of course, you can repeat the experiment. What are you talking about?
You can't.
I don't get it. But,
Hmm?
see, what do you believe in exactly?
What we've been discussing until this point. What's the question? What do you mean?
No, just give me exactly what something has to have for you to believe in it.
Measurable. It's got to be measurable.
It must be measurable to what metric?
Different phenomenon have different metrics. The gravity.
So something must be a phenomenon in order for you to believe in it.
What?
Does something have to be a phenomenon in order for you to believe in it?
It has to be measurable. You have to be able to measure it.
But only phenomena can be measured, right?
I guess. Yeah.
So you could only believe in phenomena.
I guess. Yeah.
You don't believe in anything metaphysical. That's not physical.
I don't even know what
That's
that
not a
means.
phenomenon.
What? Like?
So what's a phenomenon to you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying I don't even know what it would mean. If it's not physical, then what is it? Like you could say that math.
It's metaphysical.
You could say math. Does math do numbers exist? So in a certain sense, they exist. Like we agree that 1 + 1, that one is this thing that we agree it exists in its own universe.
You almost smacked yourself.
What?
Because earlier you were saying 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. You almost said 1 + 1 = 2 then.
It doesn't matter. I'm talking about existence now. Do numbers exist?
Yeah, but do you believe that numbers exist?
It depends. It depends on the definition. I mean,
I think it's quite hard to say if numbers exist because
it's like
numbers are sort of a language, aren't they?
Exactly.
The language of the universe.
It's like asking. It's like asking.
All these concepts that exist in your mind are metaphysical. It's like truth or
it's like
truth or whatever. That's a metaphysical statement, whether or not something is true.
Language, I think, is metaphysical, and it's not a physical thing that exists.
All concepts are.
Yeah.
I don't know about the sounds itself. Are not.
No, yeah, the sounds are
metaphysical,
real,
but the concepts are metaphysical.
Yeah.
It's like
You're making that
asking.
sound.
You're asking me, do words exist? Yeah, words.
No, do concepts exist? It's like, does truth exist to you?
Truth is just a word. Do words exist? Yeah, words exist. Yeah.
Yeah, but does truth, the concept of truth, exist?
The word. Now you could say, how is concept different than a word? Like a concept is like a bunch of words, right? Either one word or a bunch of words, right?
No.
Like the Boltzmann brain is a concept. Does it exist?
Yeah.
Do you not believe that? Do you not believe that anything that you're saying has meaning behind it? Or are they just words?
Wait, one at a time. I don't understand. What?
Do you believe that anything that you're saying has meaning behind it?
I don't understand what I don't understand. I hear the words.
Are you expressing any concept with your words?
Well, of course. I was about to say.
So concepts must exist if you're expressing them, right?
If that's the definition, if you define, if that's
yeah, but that concept exists beyond the word itself, beyond you just uttering that word correctly.
But then since I defined existence as measurable, now you're twisting the word existence. You're borrowing the word existence beyond. So I wouldn't, right? I wouldn't call it.
Well, yeah, existence exists beyond your definition because your definition is flawed.
I would say
it's like that concept exists beyond measure.
Hold on.
But that doesn't mean the concept isn't real. If the concept wasn't real,
hold on.
Then you wouldn't be talking right now. You wouldn't be expressing any concepts.
We need more words.
So concepts are real. It's just that your definition of existence is flawed.
Wait, when I say hold on, do you mind stopping and hearing me out? Because when I say hold on, I can't hear what you're saying. I can't follow. So there's no point in you talking. I need you to stop and hear my question or hear my comment.
Okay, what do you want?
So I would say like the term physicalist, or right when I say real, so we need. So, like reality, usually when people say reality, I think of what is physical, and that is measurable. So, if it's physical, it's measurable. If you're talking about words, do words exist? Does the word brain, does the word thought, does the word more, does it exist in the English language? Yes, it exists in the English language, but that's not the existence of, that's not a physical existence. Does the word true exist in the English language? Yes. Is the word true a concept in the language of concept? Yes.
Wait, repeat the last one.
Does the concept truth exist in the dimension of concepts, in the dictionary of concepts? Yes.
In the dimension of concepts. What's the dimension of concepts?
I guess Wikipedia is like the dimension, like any concept you have, you write in Wikipedia. So
does it have to be written in order for it to be in the dimension of concepts?
It should be if it's a note.
Yeah, but can illiterate people have concepts?
Yeah, you can come up with a new concept, but these concepts does a concept exist in my mind?
Like but if you come up with it, does it exist?
Well,
in the dimension of concepts.
We already defined existence in the physical realm. We defined existence.
I haven't defined. You defined it that way. Fine. But now you're defining like another dimension of existence, which is like a conceptual dimension.
Yeah. Just like there is a language, there's existence in language, there's existence in math.
It's not all physical then, is it? If there's multiple dimensions of existence.
That's not how I would phrase it. The term existence could be borrowed or could be used in the physical dimension to describe what's measurable, could be used in the mathematical language, could be used in the English language and other human languages, including the conceptual language, that list of concepts.
It can be used in all those different categories of existence.
I wouldn't say categories of existence. It has multiple.
Well, the things you just listed are different categories of existence, right? They're not all the same.
I would say it's just different usages of the word existence. But
and all of them are true usages, right?
No, I wouldn't say they're all true usages. They're common usages. The word usually.
Which ones are true? Which use of the which use of the word is true?
What do you mean true? I don't understand the question.
I asked if they were all true usages of the word.
What do you mean true? I don't
said
know.
They're not all true.
You mean correct?
But they're all common usages.
Common, correct. I don't know what you mean by true usages. What do you mean?
You think they're all true usages? If I said the world of conception is true, it exists, and words and concepts exist in the dimension of conception. Is that true?
That's like saying words exist in the realm of language. Yeah. Concepts exist in the dimension of concepts. You're not saying anything about physical reality.
But stuff exists out of physical reality then, you think.
But
if the dimension of conception exists.
Just using the word existence to mean different things, which I don't have a problem with.
You use it in that way?
Yes, it's fine. You can.
But that word, so the dimension of conception does exist, and it's not physical.
What do you mean? But what do you mean by exist? Is it measurable? I don't even know how to measure it. How do you measure the existence of a concept?
Not physically, no. It's not physically.
Then it's not
measurable. No.
Then you agree that concepts are not physical. So what are they?
Of course, they're metaphysical. They're not physical. That doesn't mean they don't exist.
That's what you mean by metaphysical.
You're the one who defined existence as like physical phenomena.
Then fine. That
I'm trying to show you that that's not true. That the things which aren't physical,
no, you're not
that you can't measure physically, prove scientifically, must exist.
You're not showing anything new. You're just. Oh, I mean, you.
Of course, it's not new.
No. It's
you brought up the dimension of conception yourself. It's like
yes,
this isn't new.
It's just words. I mean, the point of words is to share ideas. So
right.
So you have.
There's ideas exist without the words.
Ideas. But what's your point? Why don't you what's your point?
That things exist without them having a physical body that you can physically measure.
But yeah, words exist in the English language without a physical body. That's not interesting. Concepts exist.
But then existence isn't just defined at physical phenomena then.
Existence, it's just a definition.
No,
it's fine. It's fine.
It's not relegated to physical phenomena.
It's just all you're saying. That's just semantics. I agree with your semantics. There's nothing. You're not saying anything new about anything. You're just you're not innovating.
I'm not trying to say anything new.
No, you are. You are, and
no.
And I'm shooting down all your attempts.
What am I trying to attempt to say that's new?
Well, you're like it's like your next step is that there are spirits and gods and souls. Metaphysical, that's what usually people mean by metaphysical. It's not measurable, but it exists. There's ghosts. So
why don't you want to? Well, why don't you want to? It seems like you're omitting the first step. You're just afraid to go to the second.
I'm not afraid. What are you talking about? Afraid? I shot down all your attempts. I show that all your attempts are just.
But you seem to accept the first step. You're not saying it's wrong. You're just shooting down like the logical conclusion.
I'm shooting down your attempt to demonstrate anything beyond semantics. All you've done is played around with semantics. That's all. You're just saying
What does that mean?
the word existence. You're saying, oh, it's physical, but also we can use the word existence in reference to the existence of words in English. Yeah.
Of words and concepts that don't exist physically. You yourself brought out the dimension of conception, which doesn't exist physically.
When I say dimension,
and you think that exists,
it's not that I think.
You think that exists?
No. It's not that I think. It's just a definition. We say that's how it's commonly used. I don't think there's nothing new. There's nothing special about me thinking. There's no thought. It's just the
you don't have any thoughts.
Excuse me?
Do you have any thoughts?
Sure.
Well, what do you think? That doesn't matter. What you think does matter. I don't know what you're on about.
What am I on about?
So, does the world of conception exist? The dimension of conception.
Does what? Repeat the question.
Does the dimension of conception exist?
What do you mean by exist? Is the dimension of concepts? What? What about it? What?
Is it real? Does it exist?
What do you mean real? Is it measurable? No.
But is it real despite not being measurable?
Do people reference the dimension of concepts? Yes, all the time. Is it useful to reference the dimension of concepts? Yes, very useful. Does that make it real? If your definition of do people talk about it and is it in a useful manner? If your definition of these words
why is it useful?
Why is it useful to communicate and to
communicate concepts?
It's useful to communicate anything. Communication is very useful because then humans cooperate, and then two people together in coordination. That's how we took over the planet.
Is that good?
For us, yeah. For me, being here, sitting comfortably, living a long, healthy life, sure.
Does goodness exist physically?
Well, physically means it's measurable. So how do you want to measure it?
Is it physically measurable?
If you want it to be, if you can propose a measurement. I don't know what you mean by goodness.
And you propose a measurement, physical measurement to measure goodness.
But we need to define goodness. I have sort of an idea, but we need to define goodness a little more accurately so that we can attach a measurement to it, and then we can discuss if it exists or not.
Do you have a definition of goodness that we could use?
I think goodness, usually, it's a relative term. It's good to whom? But I guess if it makes someone feel good, then it's good. Then it's good for him. If it makes someone feel good in the long term. But basically, if it makes them feel good, something that makes someone feel good is good for them, for that person. Yeah?
Okay.
No good? What?
No, it's not good. I took melatonin like 20 minutes ago, so I'm pretty sleepy.
It's knocking you out.
Yeah.
You going to sleep?
The goodness is, you said you to fight. Well, yeah, you like maybe 10 minutes.
Okay.
But goodness, you're defining goodness as something relative to just that person. Is it what's immediate? Immediately makes them feel good.
So you could have immediate, long term, medium term, and you can balance them. You can say, well, drugs make you feel good immediately, but terrible in the long term. Work makes you feel, or exercise makes you feel terrible in the short term, but it's very good for you in the long term. So which is better, exercise or drugs? Well, it depends. If you want to fall asleep, then taking drugs is good, maybe even for the long term. It all depends. Sometimes you want to let the doctor dissect you, and like you want to go through a medical procedure, then you need to take drugs, and then drugs are good for you.
That's all. So in your mind, it's all about
It's
just like a sense of pleasure.
No,
Yeah, a sense of like utilitarian pleasure. So the more pleasure the thing gives you, about the greater portion of your life, the gooder the thing is.
I
Is that
mean,
right?
why else would you live if not for pleasure? What reason do you have to go to work in the morning, to wake up in the morning, to suffer?
So why do you attach goodness to pleasure?
I don't know how else to define goodness. I mean, what is good for me? What gives me pleasure? So, like, what's the alternative? What's good for me? What else?
Because you have no reason in particular to attach goodness to that thing.
Yeah, what else is good? If it doesn't give me pleasure, what good? Like, what's the, like, in other words, what's the use of something if it doesn't give me pleasure? Like, it doesn't give me pleasure in the short term, medium term, long term. So why would I care for it? I don't like it. I don't hate it. I don't care for it. It might as well not exist. Who cares? But if it gives me pleasure, then it's good. If it's a good...
You think self-sacrifice could ever be good?
Yes, of course.
Let's say someone...
Excuse me?
Okay, so let's say someone is going to torture a child for like eternity, but someone volunteers to take the child's place and he gets tortured for eternity instead. Is that a good action for him to do?
It's a good question. I don't know about. I'll
What about instead of one person being tortured, it's like 100, and someone volunteers instead of the 100 people?
No, I'll tell you. It's like this. So the way I see self-sacrifice is, it's very important for all good men to be willing and ready to sacrifice for the good of civilization, for the good of society, in order for...
They don't necessarily take pleasure from that.
No.
If they die, they gain no pleasure.
It doesn't matter.
If they die or they become tortured by it, they don't gain any pleasure. It's bad for them.
No, we always we go to work to make money so we can gain pleasure. We don't enjoy work. No one goes to work unless they're paid. So no one goes to work because it gives them pleasure.
Yeah, but what if there's... Yeah, but people might do that for pleasure. But if someone...
No one
is going to get tortured for eternity, he's not going to gain any pleasure at the end of it. He's just going to get tortured for eternity.
Hold on. I don't know what it means to be tortured for eternity. So,
well, for the rest of his life, let's say.
Hold on.
Until he dies.
No. Hold on.
Instead of eternity, it's just until he dies.
Hold on. I'll tell you what is important. What is important is for all good men to be ready and willing to sacrifice for the good of society. Because otherwise...
Why?
Because otherwise, the evil will prevail, right? If I have an evil person attacking me and no one comes to my rescue, then that evil guy is going to take down society, and, who knows what they'll do. But if all good men...
Yeah, but why would any individual choose to risk themselves, potentially risk displeasure to save you?
Because if all good men stand shoulder to shoulder, then no evil will even think to attack. But it's
Why? What makes you think like any? Well, how does evilness exist? What if the evil guy is just getting pleasure from attacking you?
right.
Did they say whether or not that man was evil or you're good?
Right.
You're both just acting out of a sense of pleasure. So who's good and who's bad?
Right. So I'm a member of all good men. I define them as members of society. So good men want society to flourish. So I'm a good man. I am a member of society. I want society to flourish. And some, usually what we call criminals, or what I used
Any society
or what I used to be when I was young. When I was young, I was reckless. I was terrible.
Sure.
So
is a mob a society?
Is a mob a society? No.
Yeah.
No, a mob is the enemy, is the ultimate enemy of society.
Why?
Because a mob is basically when a mob forms, the people become zombies. They do terrible things without a second thought.
What makes them terrible?
These are things they wouldn't do if not as part of a mob. They wouldn't talk.
Well, you wouldn't do certain things either if you weren't part of a society.
Excuse me?
Well, how is this different from a society?
That's a good question. Look.
Isn't a mob just another society? Like, even if it's a counter society to your society?
Yes. A society, you could view society as a mob that you are a member of. So I guess it just depends on if you.
So again, if like the mobster is attacking you, who am I supposed to pick to help? You're both just acting out of a sense of pleasure and loyalties to your society.
You're right.
Neither you're good or bad. So I have no incentive to help you.
No, if me and you are members of society, of the same society, then it makes sense for us to stand shoulder to shoulder. But if you are part of a mob and I'm part of society, then we look at the mirror and I see you.
But you said,
yeah.
No, it doesn't make sense. Because you define standing shoulder to shoulder in a society if something is risking to harm society, something's bad if it harms society. But no society overall is still being harmed by the mobster. Even if the mobsters destroy our society.
Wait a minute.
They're just imposing a new society. So they're not evil, they're not wrong.
Wait, when you say mob, I think we have different definitions. You mean mafia or you mean mob?
I mean like mafia.
Oh, I meant mob. The mob is like the herd.
Oh, I see.
Like zombies.
Yeah.
Oh, so you mean mafia. Well,
yeah.
The mafia is just a small scale of government. A mafia, government is the ultimate mafia, whether we like it or not. Government is not any different, essentially, than the mafia.
I need to go to sleep. I'm too tired for this.
All right, man. Take it easy. Thank you so much for your time.
You're fine. Thank you for your time. But
yeah.
I hope you find someone else to talk to.
No, I've been here for like 5 hours. Take it easy. We'll see you around.
I see.
All right, bye. How do people leave the chat? What do they click on? There's no... How do you leave? How do you leave? Oh, maybe you click on this? Leave server? You have to leave the server in order to leave the room? Leaving Destiny? Are you sure you want to leave? You want to be able to rejoin this? Oh, no! No, I don't want to leave the server. Does anybody know? It's impossible to leave here. I don't think it's, but they just click off. They just, let me ask these guys. Hey, can I ask you a
Arabs
question?
worried about you. Like,
Mr. Slave, hello.
Hi, I have a technical question about Discord. How do you like?
Yeah, go.
If I want to leave the general lobby right now, what do I click on?
So you go to your mom, okay? Pull her pants down, okay? And then click in her pussy, okay? And then you're gonna get out of the general lobby. That's how it's happened.
Uh-huh.
Fucking bitch.
Here, I'm sharing with you my stream, so you see what I see.
Yeah, go.
So
go for it.
So what do I click on? Like if I right click general lobby, there's no leave room. How do you leave the room? How do you leave the lobby?
Are you seriously asking this question?
Yes, I'm trying. How do you leave? Why is it so different? I'm new to Discord. I forgot how to use it. I haven't used it in a long time. What do you click?
We literally saw you leave rooms. We saw you leave rooms, man.
What?
You left rooms in front of us, actually.
No.
I saw that.
No, but I know how to leave and enter. By clicking another room, I enter and leave. But how do you just leave and not enter another room? I just want to leave. Do I click on disconnect?
I guess.
Let me try disconnect. Okay, it worked. Oh my god, this is so unintuitive. Someone should. This is so unintuitive.
Pretty much it's intuitive because it's the red button.
Yeah, I was going to say disconnect is pretty intuitive. I don't know how more obvious you can get.
Because the button doesn't show. First of all, the button doesn't show up most of the time, and when it does show up, it's like disconnect. It's like maybe the audio. Maybe this way I disconnect the audio only, but not the video, but not anything else. Anyway, I didn't know. So, thank you. Have a great night. Bye bye. All right. Okay, everyone. Let me just get rid of the raging tomato. How do you? I can't get rid of her? The 3 dots are not... Oh, I'm not signed in. Oh, let me sign in. And then block. Am I the right user? Switch account. Mr. Slave. No. How do you block? Add hide user on this channel. Yeah, that's good. It's a good one. All right, everyone. Today was an interesting bunch of streams. Hope you enjoyed them. Have a great rest of your night. Bye bye.